Thank you very much. I'd now like to introduce our second student speaker, Tyler Knight.
So, I'm Tyler Knight, and I have a speech for you today. Hopefully my cap doesn't fall off. All right. Dear BHS, class of 2015. The other day, I was thinking about Mark Zuckerberg. Specifically, I was thinking about how inadequate he makes me feel. How he single-handedly kick-started one of the largest digital revolutions in history before he was 20 years old. How he became the poster boy of success, with the title of world's youngest billionaire under his belt. I thought of how he'd whizzed through life and mastered it like it was nothing. I thought of all the amazing things amazing people were doing when they were my age, and I thought, what have I done? Have I done anything amazing? Do I have anything meaningful to be proud of? I recalled feeling proud one time that for once, I folded all my socks after doing the laundry. Okay, so what? Mark Zuckerberg probably folds his socks all the time. In fact, he probably folds his socks using a Roomba he reprogrammed in his sleep. He probably owns 15 laundromats, his own sock company, and a designer line made from the wool of grass-fed sheep. A perfect billionaire like him is probably superior in every way. Well, probably not. See, for all his world-changing accomplishments, Mark Zuckerberg is just an average dude. The truth is, he drives a mid-priced Volkswagen to work. He forgets people's names, he burns the toast, and I doubt he's reprogrammed a Roomba to fold his socks. He'd be too busy checking Facebook to do something like that. In that case, I can relate to Mark, because I too have checked Facebook when I should have been doing a lot of other things. So yeah, browsing his silly site and thinking of his successful life has made me feel inadequate. But it's because of that feeling I've realized something pretty important. You should never compare yourself to Mark Zuckerberg, or Steve Jobs, or Bill Gates, or Beyonce, or anyone for that matter. Because if you do, you'll only feel worse about your own accomplishments. Even one of our great presidents, Theodore Roosevelt, knew this in his day. Sometime back in the 30s, when he wasn't hunting a bear, he said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." When I read that quote on my Facebook newsfeed, it instantly resonated with me. It was just so true to my experience as a high schooler. I could recall a dozen moments where comparison had sapped someone's hard-earned joy. For example, junior year, I witnessed an interaction between two peers. This girl excitedly ran up to her friend and told her she had beaten her personal best on a practice SAT. Her friend casually asked her, "Oh, what did you get?" And the girl proudly told her, 1870. With barely any hesitation, her friend replied, "Nice, I got 2060. The girl's face dropped, and her self-esteem looked visibly battered. In an instant, she went from feeling on top of the world to feeling worthless. And what was to blame? Comparison. History repeated itself this year with the talk of college. Decisions started rolling in, and it was difficult not to size up my worth as a person by the schools that wanted me. People would openly trash talk their safeties, unaware that the person next to them applied to that school as a reach. Little phrases like, "If I don't get into my next school, I might have to go to blank," stung like daggers. The status and hierarchy that this subconscious comparison gave people was at times all-consuming. I thought of all the Mark Zuckerbergs in my life, those who were golden in my eyes, untouchable, the kids who were effortlessly good at everything, good at what I was bad at, better at what I was good at. They had more friends, better grades, better looks, more talents. They had the life I wished I had. On some level, I revered them because I knew I was hopelessly inferior. But then I got to know a few more personally. I was shocked to discover that despite their amazing abilities, they too had insecurities, weaknesses, and even their own doubts of self-worth. They were no different than me. Suddenly, they didn't seem so out of my league, and I realized they never were. So it took me 4 years, many encounters of being robbed by comparison, and even moments where I robbed others, to realize that comparison is utterly useless. My outlook on life has markedly improved since I took Roosevelt's words to heart. So follow my lead. If you're leaving BHS feeling lonely, inferior, or unspectacular, then let me tell you, you've been robbed of your rightful joy. In your time here, whether you folded your socks or invented Facebook, be proud of what you've done. Because if there's anyone who deserves to be celebrated right now, it's you. Thank you.